everyone, happy Saturday and happy April, the wonderful month where the season just starts to get warmer and everything is just wonderful outside. So I know the last 3 days we had a lot of rain, so it's been a little chilly, but before that, I mean, this is the best season, so it's time for fashion to come out. In the next 2 weeks from now, there's going to be a lot of fashion shows going on, so Newbie Ultimate Runway is one of them. So I came on today to specifically talk to you guys about Newbie Ultimate Runway and also what to expect and the things that we're going to go through in getting this event done as well, including where we at with the CDC Guideline, you know, with the COVID and the pandemic and stuff. So first, I want to say, if anybody have any questions or any comment, feel free to comment on this video or on this live stream, and I will be able to look through it and be able to answer your questions as much as you can. Because I know in this time that we are going through with the entertainment business and the fashion world, a lot of things are complicated, I would say. You know, they're kind of complicated. We're still going through that transition where it's in person and also virtual world as well. So as we all know, you know, our lives in the entertainment business has changed dramatically in the last couple months. So, but Newbie Collection is still hanging on. So we did our last show in September. If you guys remember that one, it went successfully well. And everyone came out, had a great time. And I also had a lot of good feedback on some of the people who are inspired by this show that we do. And also now we have the next show coming up on April 22nd. So as you guys can see there on the screen, I'm going to make sure I'm pointing the right way. So this flyer right here, this is the flyer for the show coming up April 22nd. Newbie Ultimate Runway Spring. So the theme is it's about spring, it's about colors, it's about, you know, new beginning, happiness and joy. So we have a really good buzz going on right now. So thank you so much to the Latino community who has been helping us promote it. And also now we are on here at Tempo Africa TV and hoping to reach out to as many of our African community as much as possible. You know, come all, because Minnesota is a state for like many different African communities. I mean, we have Liberia, we have Ethiopia, we have Nigeria, well, some of them here and there, but the biggest population here, of course, is Liberia, Ethiopia, which is the Oromo community, and Somalia. So come all. So when you come to the show, this show is basically a moment to kind of represent your culture, represent your tradition. So when you come to the show, come with your best attire, with your most dress or whatever, whether it's modern or inspiration or contemporary, that represents your culture or your country or where you're coming from. That's what this show is all about. So Newbie Ultimate Runway is about diversity, is about, you know, different backgrounds and just representing who you are. You know, for example, you know, if you're from Ethiopia, you're going to wear a dress that has, you know, a tallet in it, you know. Not that you have to or anything, you know, you don't have to. You can just come with your regular, you know, evening gown or dress attire, whichever one you decide to wear. But I just want to give that information out to you guys so so you guys can feel free, you know, and represent your culture, like represent your country where you are. And it's quite interesting too, because people get to interact, you get to listen to different music, you get to hear some different perspective of other culture maybe you've never ran into before. So that's what makes Newbie Ultimate Runway different. You know, last year we had a great turnout. So we had mostly the Latino community came out. We had people from West Africa, people from East Africa, and also even people here in America, black or white. So everyone showed out. It was a great turnout. It was a great diversity. And after the show was done, it was run for like an hour, maybe just a little bit over an hour. And, you know, everybody stayed out and partied until 11. So, and it was fun. Like, we're hoping, you know, this show coming up is going to be as close as possible to it or better, you know. So each year is supposed to get better, apparently. But last year was so good, like, it kind of makes me nervous about this show coming up. Hoping that it is either just as good or better, you know. So, but so far, I'm pretty optimistic. So I'm pretty optimistic about it. And now going more into detail about the show, it is April 22nd. And I know that's on a Thursday evening for a lot of the Africans or a lot of the people who work on the weekdays. But here's the video here. So I'm going to get back into the detail more a little bit. So going over the video, this is Bugua, Danielle, and Christy who did the promo video. So these two models are going to be in the show, so you'll be able to watch them along on the runway. And the theme that we have here in the video is pretty much what you're going to see in the show. So the girls will be decked up in, you know, crown flowers over their head, and the fashion that they are going to wear are going to be different patterns of Ankara. They're Ankara, but in floral patterns. Instead of like the typical pattern that you see, like we showcased last year with the suit, this year is going to be all floral, everything floral. If you guys seen the latest Ankara's floral dresses, where they have these giant florals and little pixie florals, you're going to see that a lot on the runway as well. And not only that, the guys, so let's talk about the guys. The guys are going to come with solid colors, but their solid colors are going to have a little bit of colors in them. So like you see what I have on, this is, this color here, like these kind of solid colors and the lime green, very pastel colors that represent spring. That's what the guys are going to have on. So I'm just kind of throwing all that at you guys so you have an idea what to expect when you come to the show. And if you've been to the last year one, it's going to be the same setup where you have the seats along the way and the runway in the middle. And the backdrop will have a big giant floral backdrop. So when the show is done, people could take their most Instagram photo of all time, because I know Instagram is like really big on like high top photos. So that's one of the coolest things we're bringing in differently for the show this year. And then also beginning of the show, so now let me go back to the detail. So it's April 22nd and the door opens at 7 o'clock p.m. That's the time the door opens. So the whole show is expected to end at 8:30. So that's our schedule limit. By 8:30, the show will be done, and so everyone could get home on time and be able to go back to bed on time or go to bed on time and go to work the next day if they have to go to work. But other than that, those who decide they want to stay, there will be a networking, mingling time. There will be music, so people can have a great time from 8:30 up until 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock is the pandemic hour, actually. So nothing pretty much goes later than that. Maybe some few clubs they do, but for this show, it's going to go until 11 o'clock. So if, come with your party dress, whatever it is you're going to wear, and be comfortable in it and get your groove on. The music is going to be, diverse. So, of course, music from Africa, America, Spanish, and Latin music. All those are going to be played there as well. So in case you're kind of wondering what kind of music they're going to play. And trust me, you're going to love them, because African music is always like a vibe, And of course, Latin and Spanish music. So you could do salsa, you can, mingle with some of the people there, or bachata, and do all of that things. So that's the update of the show there that I wanted to give out to you guys. Oh, and the place is going to be at the 5 Event Center. So same place as last year in September, same place we're having it. And get your tickets. If you haven't gotten your tickets, right now we're halfway through the tickets. So if you go on Eventbrite, like what you see here in this flyer, is you type NUBIUltimateRunway Spring. So exactly as is written there on Eventbrite, type on there and it should pull up. Another quicker way, if the link doesn't come up or direct you exactly to there, is NUBIcollections.com. NUB as in boy, I, collections with the S at the end.com. So you type that in, and under Newbie Ultimate Runway, you scroll all the way down, and there's going to be a link at the bottom that says purchase tickets. So if you click on that, it will transfer you directly to Eventbrite to get the ticket for the show as well. So get your tickets, and the price is $34.99, as you guys can see on there. But plus tax or whatever, it will add up. So I'm just letting you guys know it will add up. And also, all of these costs that are going to come from the show, not only are they going to the growth of Newbie Ultimate Runway, but we are also giving percentage of it to the youth in Africa. So some of the money will go to the youth in Africa to help those that I am working with in mentorship. So with mentorship is we are helping these youth to develop their skills and in how they can be successful in life or whatever talent they are doing, and how we can invest in them and to be able to grow in their development as well. And one thing we always like to tell them is that whatever talent you have or whatever you went to school for, we will help you get started, because you are going to be tomorrow's leader, you know. So, you know, you take it back as whoever helped you in the past, you carry that on, because one day there's going to be the next generation, you're going to help them. So that's what we are doing. So the percentage that comes from the show is going to go towards mentoring these youth in Africa. So we are starting with East Africa, South Sudan, and Ethiopia right now. Especially South Sudan being the youngest nation in the world and is going through a lot of development and a lot of growth, including, you know, mentoring the people and also, you know, encouraging them in what they can do and all that stuff is also quite of a challenge. You know, it is quite of a challenge. So we need as much support as we can, because mental wellness is also very important in the country as well. Many people have, you know, made their way through in developing the country. There's still some minor crisis here and there because of the peace agreement that is not complete yet, even though it's in transition period, which I'm hoping it is. But we are working with the youth to encourage them and to also help them with their mental wellness as well, you know, because your mind is everything, you know. Everything starts with the mind. Whether, you know, you get motivated or inspired by something, those are the things that we want to share on with the youth in Africa. So this show is for a good cause. Believe me, it is all for a good cause. Because whatever we do, whatever we are doing this show for, is not only bringing entertainment or bringing in new fashion or representing African fashion in the Western world, but it is also inspiring people from different backgrounds, and it is also helping youth that are in development in Africa as well. So that's it's definitely worth the cost. You know, it's definitely worth the cost. So each year, as it gets better and better, you know, we'll be able to have more sponsors. This year we had only one sponsor who sponsored this whole show and even donated some of the costs as well towards mentoring these youth in Africa as well. So right now, as myself, I am mentoring 4 youth from South Sudan, and they are displaced in different countries because of the previous wars that we had in South Sudan. A couple of them are in Uganda right now, and one is in a refugee camp in Kakuma. You know, they share their stories with me and their testimony. So next time we come on here, and after the show is done, I will be able to premiere some of their stories so you guys can actually hear from them, you know, of what they go through and what their life is like over there in East Africa. So, and we have one student that is in Ethiopia. Well, he's actually from Ethiopia, but he's from the same tribe that is divided into 2 nations. He's going to school and he's going to become a doctor. So he's doing really great in what he does, working hard and also getting straight A's and just studying. So we were able to sponsor him a laptop. So we were able to get him a laptop. We sent the funds over there. Then he got the laptop that he needed it. And he was just so happy. Like, it just changed the whole world. So now he can study freely and become a world-renowned doctor, you know, because that's what we want. So whenever we see a youth that has a potential and they really have that drive for success, you know, the whole goal is to uplift them, you know, give them a hand in however way we can, you know, especially us here in the Western world, where you know, things are pretty mild, you know, things are okay, even though we're going through a pandemic and things are hard, you know, with some of the people, but at least, you know, helping one another, it really changes the whole community. It really changes the aspect. And that's some of the aspect we want to share with back home as well. So that's the whole thing behind the cause of Newbie Ultimate Runway. If you guys remember the previous year before, we supported Let's Fight Indo by Fatou Diom, and she was on here. We interviewed her a few times. So now she's currently in Africa. They just did the walk, the March for Walk. And, you know, there's nothing better than that, you know? So if you have a gift and you're doing something different to changing the community, you know, it helps, you know, understand to do more as well. So I just want to say, you know, come out and support this show as much as you can. I know it's a Thursday night, but we're in a virtual world. So I know a lot of people work at home, so you probably might want to get out, you know. So if you're going to get out or do something, save it for that date, Thursday night, Newbie Ultimate Runway. It's a fashion night, music, all the entertainment, the joy that you need, you know, just to get back to the good things we remember about life. So that's my message there that I want to pass on to you guys. So again, it's Newbie Ultimate Runway. The theme is Spring Collections. And we're going to be showcasing all the florals, anything relating to florals and all that springy stuff. And again, it's going to be at 5 Event Center, April 22nd. Door opens at 7 o'clock. Show ends at 8:30. And then from 8:30 until 11 o'clock, have a good time, party, enjoy your moment, you know. Again, visit NUBIcollections.com. Or follow us on Instagram. So you will find the page on Instagram. Instagram or Facebook, they're both on there. So Newbie Collections on Instagram or Facebook. Follow it and then you won't miss any updates. So we share as many as we can on our stories and also posts as well. So see you there. We hope to see you there. Oh, one last thing. So the CDC guideline, we're still at a capacity limit. So it is 50% right now, which is the same amount that we have last year, which is good, better than nothing. So we're only selling 100 tickets right now. I'm gonna go and update that because I know on the Eventbrite I put 50 tickets, and pretty much 50 tickets are like gone. So we're just halfway, so I'm gonna go add on 50 more tickets, and then yeah, so get your tickets. And also when you come to the show, face mask is required, so you must come with your most stylish face mask, whatever looks good on you. So come with your face mask. Otherwise, if you don't have a face mask, we'll have face masks at the door as well. So we'll be handing those out as well to the audience. And right now, we're not checking temperatures, so based on the guidelines, so there's no temperature check. As long as you keep your face mask on and also social distance as much as you can. For an event, it's a little difficult, you know, but with the capacity limit, 140 people, that's the total limit we can have in the venue, and that's including the audience and also the models, the staff, and all of those things. So, all right, have a wonderful night, everyone, and thank you, Tempo Africa TV, once again, here at my show at LE9 Mall Talk Show. So thank you for helping us push this out there. So we'll see who's going to show up April 22nd. Have a wonderful night.